Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss a conflict that women use on men and how men can avoid it. But before I go into that, I need to put in a disclaimer, so to speak. Um, for those who have been following my channel from the 5, 6 years ago when the advisor was on Facebook, you would realize that I used to bring equal amounts of male issues as well as female issues. Now, it's not that I receive more male letters than female or equal amount of male letters than females. However, I consider male issues to be very, very important. And men does not seem to have a voice, have a sounding board on which they can offload their issues and their problems and all the things that bothers them and the challenges they face in relationships and in life in general. Because as you know, women will sound off all the time with anybody who they can confide in, and men will not confide in basically anybody enough that they will sound off with their issues, especially where their emotions are concerned. So what I try to do is to give men a sounding board where they can voice their issues and be heard. And one of the main reasons for doing that is so that women can actually better understand men. Because if male issues are voiced, they will, once those issues are out there, women will have a better understanding of how men's thought process works and why they operate the way they do. And women will better know how to strategically position themselves to actually please these men and to assuage them when they are upset, or how to prevent them from even reaching a stage where dangerous thing can occur. And one of the things I'm trying to do with this channel is to try to see if I can save lives by communicating with men, get them to calm down and not hurt women when they're angry or upset. And so this is one of the reasons why I try to highlight men's issues. And one of the other things why I highlight a lot of male issues too is that most of the letters that come from women are based on issues that are very mundane, issues that have been dealt with across the world over the past 50, 60 years in other advice columns for a very long time. And therefore, some of these issues need not necessarily deserve more than a minute or two of my time. But I try to deal with major issues that most women will face who they will not have had any, might not be able to get the type of advice that I would give. And that advice that would appeal to a broader section of the feminine gender, But actually, for every 10 queries I get from women, I get 2 from men. But regardless of that ratio, I put it out roughly 50-50 because I find that male issues are issues that doesn't come up often, and lots of men doesn't understand these things, and lots of women doesn't understand how men clicks. So hence my reason for that. Anyway, having said that, let me get into the today's issue. There is this young man. He is a friend. He is a child of a family friend of mine, and he's a young man in his 20s, and he wants to know what's going on. Here's the issue he has. A few months ago, maybe about 3 months ago, his girlfriend came to him and told him that she was pregnant, and she is a girl. She is in tertiary training. She's working and in a university also, part-time. And she told him that she couldn't carry the baby because she's just working enough to just manage her education, and she needs to get her degree and she don't want to be there pregnant and all of that. She couldn't handle a baby now, so she wanted to terminate the pregnancy. He actually, she said it cost, I think he said it was $18,000, and he managed to, he didn't have the money, so he had to take out a loan and give her to go and get the procedure done. Well, she did it, and that was it. But he says that the same thing happened to him in 2019. Another young lady who he was dealing with at that time, she became pregnant also. Well, according to him, she became pregnant, and she also couldn't carry the child. She had just finished university and had just gotten her first job with a tech company, and she just couldn't carry that baby because she didn't feel that it was the right time. Well, for whatever reason, she decided she needed to terminate that pregnancy. He said he gave her the money and she did it, the procedure, and that cost him $20,000 at that time. That was 2019. He said this one cost him 18. The whole point is that, so he said that after this last incident, he was discussing the matter with some of his friends, because he had this group of guys that he hangs out with, and he was putting the situation to them, and they were saying that, boy, the same thing happened to them. He said the same thing happened to several of them in the group, that the women were pregnant and couldn't carry the baby, and therefore they had to terminate the, whatever. And the same thing happened. Now, it's like a little light bulb went off in this young man's head, and he said, but hold on. Here is what is a common thread. All of these women are working career women in tertiary, or just completed tertiary education, and none of them were on birth control, and they knew they didn't want to be pregnant, and yet none of them were on birth control. He said that, in fact, this had never been really discussed in any of his relationships, but knowing where they stood, he assumed that these women actually were on some kind of birth control, because he didn't think they would have been so reckless as to let off the kitten and risk pregnancy. Because in his book, in his eyes, he thinks that it's the woman's duty to protect herself from pregnancy, since she's the one who's going to carry the baby or could be left with the baby if the man runs away. And that is the position he takes. And I can tell you plain, me agree with him. Because if me cannot get pregnant and you get pregnant and you don't care about your pregnancy, you are carry that belly for 9 months, why me should I care more than you? You understand me? Anyway, that's for a different blog. This is not about that. I'll go into that in a different blog, because I have another question to answer, which can, which will take care of that. Anyway, what I have to, he said that he needed my advice, because basically, the common thread between everything is that they are all educated women who knows better, who could have planned their life much more efficiently and chose not to do that. And therefore, he is saying something is amiss, and he wants me to give him an explanation of sorts to tell him what happened. Well, here is my take on it. And if you were my son, I would have told you this. Let me tell you something, man. 9 out of 10 cases where these girls come and tell you this, you have been duped. Yes, you have been conned, flim-flammed. Yes, yes. It's a common thing that women have been doing maybe for the past about maybe 15 years, perhaps more, but I know this is something that has gone on for the past 15 years or so, that a woman will come and look at a man and tell him that she's pregnant. Sometimes they do it with their personal boyfriend that they live at house with, and sometimes they do it with a stranger or the side man. And they normally do it with a side man, especially if the side man has money. They tell him all 50,000 to carry out the procedure. 70,000 because them have to go private doctor. They want go all these fancy places to get it done where it costs and it's overnight stay and all of that. They will do all of that and take the man's money. So let me tell you, okay, the next time a girl, and this goes for every man, whether you're 9 or 99, any young man, any man rather, that a woman come to you and tell you that she's pregnant for you, you know what you do? Go to the pharmacy and buy a pregnancy test. Then you invite her over. And when she come, you say, listen, you're going to piss on this. Right in front of me. Right in front of me. Let me make it clear. She can't make any excuses. Right here, right now. The reason being, if she could lay down with you naked and open her legs with you and become very intimate, there's no reason why she can't sit on that toilet bowl and use that wand and simply put some pee on it and get the results right in front of you. Yeah? Because here's why I say right in front of you. Don't let no woman bring up one of these tests from her home or from somewhere else and come to you and show you the blue on it and say, okay, this is the test here, it's positive. No. Because there are cases where they have bandulo tests where a woman can go and get a bandulo test and come show you. Or if she get the real test, she can go find a pregnant family member, a pregnant stranger, and say, I give you $2,000 just to pay on this pregnancy test and give it back to me. Women are that tricky. They will do it. I know of cases like that. So do you go and buy the pregnancy test kit yourself and you bring it back to your place and you tell her, pee on this for me right here, right now. Then if she doesn't do that, and you're going to stop there and going to watch her to see that that's the one she used. That's it. You know? So, and when you're inviting her to your place, to do that test or wherever you're going to do the test. Because if you have to do it in the bathroom at home, she have to do it in the bathroom at work, all you would have to do is to make sure she doesn't know that that's what you're on about and she do it. If she can't do it, then you know something is amiss. Yeah? And then once you get that results, you'll know. But do not ever assume that when a woman tells you that she's pregnant, that she is. Yeah? And then again, even if she's pregnant, that don't mean she's necessarily pregnant for you. Because that's another issue. But I don't want to go into the paternity fraud where 3 out of every 5 Jamaican baby is a 2 out of every 5 Jamaican baby is a jacket. So we know that women have knocked those kittens out there hard. Married women, equally Christian, equally all those society people, all the one who butter can melt in the mouth, they're all out there knocking the kitten about very hard. Anyway, that's for a different block. So all I'm saying now is, here's what you guys do. Always do that. And once you do that, you will know for sure whether a girl is really pregnant. Here's what happened to me. I'm going to tell you something that happened to me a few years ago. This girl that I was dealing with, she's from, where she come from again? St. Anne. Always come to town and give me my little kitten and go back down. You know? Come to town, give me a little kitten regularly. And then she told me that she was pregnant. Right? And I said, boy, here what? Are you sure? She said, yes, she got doctor and doctor said she's pregnant. So I say, all right, no problem. You're gonna next time you're coming up to town, come up and bring. I'm going to have a pregnancy kit here, and when you come up, you're gonna use it right in front of me. Just come up and just use this pregnancy kit right in front of me. Yeah, like she said. So I say, weekend when you're coming up, bring it. Come up and you're gonna use it. Well, I didn't hear from her for 3 weeks. And I didn't call her. Then she called me back about after that, 3 weeks after the conversation, and she said, "Ah, Xavier." Then she said, Xavi, guess what? I realized the menses came, I realized that I wasn't really pregnant. It was false alarm. Yeah, right. You're just busted. You are just busted. That thing happened to me twice, but I'm smart. I'm smart. So you guys, wake up. Don't fall for this trick. Let them try something else now because this one is really passe. Yeah? So guys, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I see you in my next vlog. Thank you for watching.